a lot of these heroes once you get the aura going, right? Like Lion with the finger, Shadow Fiend with the Razor's Requiem. Like the magic damage threat against EG here is insanely high.
Bit of a segue. What does LGD stand for?
Oh, so let me just. I'm LGD TV.
Legit good design?
I can't remember. God, I should know this from branding.
When they were bad, I always called them like "Let's Go Disband" or something like that. But no, they've been an established brand, and big
All right,
PSG banner as well.
I've got it. It's lost given default.
Given default.
That's actually a thing, by the way. So if LGD lose here, they are lost given default. If they win, we need something fancy. I'm sure Twitch shall fill in the gaps for us. But we filled in the gaps in this lineup. We know who's running what. EG, no points for guessing what they stand for, even if you do have to read it on their new logo.
Epic graphics.
Mm-hmm. I like to point out to people that it's Etel Gentises, because the V kind of sinks in with the I like it's a stretched out T.
Does it?
If you look at it the right way. If you really want to kick up a riot, it does. I think what someone also pointed out, there's some spacing between the S at the end of Geniuses that is wider than anywhere else. Thanks for pointing that out, Kips. Everyone can't unsee it now.
Prepare for battle.
But what we will get to see is EG looking to be a bit more greedy here, as they did pick up an RTZPL.
You love to see it.
Do you though?
Careful. I mean,
Do you ever love to see a PL?
It's not as bad as it used to. Now you can actually do these fun little plays like with the Phantom Rush range. I really enjoy seeing that if he does get to the 20. Do they have enough to deal with it early on? I would say so. Troll is able to get a lot of them blinded when he uses axes. Can burst him down if you catch him out. Yeah, they've got double heal, I suppose, coming from the Chen and the Legion Commander, but I think it's still possible.
I feel like this is the type of game where you have to pick up Hooded Defiance as the PL. There's just too much magic damage, and well, you don't have the cheese strat of Chen plus bunch of center. You can no longer get better than pipe values out of neutral creeps.
How some of these supports are building, because I heard a few other casters talk about this, and I don't know how much I agree with it. Might just wait until after the initial bounty runes get picked up and they head back towards their lanes.
Ramses getting the body blocks in, so he will yoink up that top rune, 2 apiece.
So the way that a lot of people were seeing it is you come to lane without a lot of the regen that you would normally have, and then you use the money that you get from the bounty runes to be able to then purchase it up and ferry it out to you, especially now because you've all got your own couriers, so you don't need to worry about hogging the courier, for example, for the mid lane who might need salve. But my thing is, a lot of these teams...
Mid lane might die. Oh, that toss back. The cheeky rotation, and Somnus should be the first blood as Arbeck gets the kill.
Well,
Alright, you can consider your point now. The murder has commenced.
That was not the start I was expecting.
Crit looks to deliver.
Team are good enough that they would be scouting out what the other team has, right? Because you want to exploit something. If they've got a buckler, you don't want to be trading right clicks with them, etc., etc. Similar to how Fly kind of did it in the bot lane, he just had a headdress to start with, and so he purchased the Tango after that. But if they were watching, they should have known that he didn't have that, and he was ferrying it out to him. So that's an easy pick off, and it means you're suddenly left with no Tangos in lane, and it makes it very, very hard themselves to actually sustain anything constantly. So I don't know how I feel about that. Being able to take a lot of what you need to brawl to lane and then buying the regen.
I like that it's more flexible though, right? Because some lane up matchups you need more armor, others you just need the direct regen from headdress. We've seen Bassi prioritize on some, even boots. I like that it gives it a little bit more freedom, because let's be honest, right? Most of the time it was just turning into, let's pick up tangos, let's pick up salve, and let's maybe get a mango or two. It wasn't very innovative. It's the same reason they removed Stout Shield, is there was just very clear optimal starting builds.
Yeah, everyone was doing the exact same thing. Like, I guess back when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I was the state champion of Yu-Gi-Oh! By the way. State team. By the way, Ramsey's about to die.
Yep, no, Somnus is about to die. I don't care about Ramses, this is a bigger one. Somnus under the tower again as Crit found a haste route. Sorry, Ramses. I do care about you, buddy. But the bigger deal is the fact that Storm already has 2 kills to his name. SF, a hero that can sometimes suffer at level 1, is already dead twice before 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you're dying more than 3 times before the 10-minute mark, I don't want to say you've lost, but you've had a horrible game as the SF here, and they're just continuing to ferry more and more into this snowball that is Arbit.
Yep, because Chris still had a lot of time left in that haste. He ran all the way back to the fountain, picked up the bottle, and was the core for Arbed.
Yep, and you could see here the response to that. X-Nova realizes, well, my core's had a garbage lane. I need to make sure I'm stacking for him so that he's able to come back in some capacity. Might not be straight away, might be waiting until the 7-minute mark to pick up those neutral items ASAP, but it needs to happen. Good on X-Nova for realizing.
Yeah, same from FY. They stacked 2 camps. And this is all for the SF. It's not like anyone can stack farm these, right? Like Arme, you don't really see the Battle Fury anymore, the Trolls.
Dire's top tower is under.
I doubt you could get away with this game either.
You couldn't get away with it, no. The speed of EG's draft would be far too much.
FY. Well, they knew what was going to happen. They realized that when you kill the SF twice, there's probably going to be a reset attempt by the supports. And as a result, they find a kill into the line. They also broke down a few trees, so it's going to be even harder to try and gank Arbed now.
His credit though, Somnus is basically dead even on the experience front. Tip to Arbed, so good job there. Gets all of that. Crit.
He's so slow. Toss up, says yoink. That'll be for me, because Tiny does have a bottle.
What were you talking about before when I revealed my accolades of being good at Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was 13?
I feel like you kind of got interrupted at that point, and I had a feeling it was going to be 5 minutes of self-egoing.
No, it's not me.
No.
Maybe a bit.
Except for with Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently.
Oh, Ramsey.
Arme, I think Arme's the one being baited in here. Under the tie you go! No, he doesn't want to do it. Oh. Ramses is too low. He realizes if he does it, he's going to lose his core. Which is a worthwhile trade in the eyes of Crit, not so much in the eyes of Ramses. They do interrupt the south, though.
Fire rotates through, but not achieving much, and again...
this time, it's a different support, though.
Stormcrafter.
Yeah, not the way you were expecting it as well. Good God. So maybe he's not going to deliver this game. Troll's not going to deliver it anytime soon. Do you just try and enable Chalice now?
I guess. Troll's not having a bad time.
Sure, it's just going to take him a lot longer to be online compared to maybe an Abaddon or an SF to have a good start.
I guess so. It depends on if they are able to get any picks as well, because one thing Troll obviously does really well, especially in combination with this Abaddon, is quickly take down towers.
Speaking of Abaddon, he bit off more than he could chew. The Stormcrafter arrives, RTZ baits him in and gets himself a kill. I think the other issue is if you compare these offlaners, right, the difference with Legion and why I always kind of felt like Legion was a bit better is it has snowball potential to be like a big threat itself, whereas inevitably as an Abaddon you eventually reach a point where you're just kind of a support, a glorified support, unless you somehow get like 5 kills in the first 10 minutes. They are. Avalanche toss. They choose a different one. FY is low. The Hex trying to come out, but the stun doesn't connect on both, and Crit will just club him down casually. Sleep is out. They do find the kill to Arbed in return, though. Crit has to run for the high heels. We'll find a haste route for his trouble, maybe. No, no. Is he going to go for it? He gets in time, but the final hit comes out, and they still get the kill.
All right. So he's recovered. I don't want to say completely, but getting a kill is always useful to have in that mid lane, especially against Arbed. Surprised that he only gave 228 gold, though.
The XP is the bigger deal, though. Somnus is now ahead.
Touché.
And there it is. Full lightning straight away. Arbed goes in because Chen was hanging around. They're willing to dive this tower because they have the ice armor. Somnus can't even push them back because he'll be slowed down as a result. He will fall.
So obnoxious. Having this harpy.
It's the harpy. It's the ice armor as well, right? Because the moment you turn, even if you just right click them once, attack speed and movement speed reduced. Such a frustrating creep to find. We saw
Like
some teams earlier today try to innovate the Chen's impact with these type of creeps by going for the Doom instead, but Chen still proving why he's better.
Yeah. I mean, Chen's always
Radiant structures.
first trusty shovel, nice cheeky item for you to have if you're flying. Pick up an extra better for his team, you know.
He didn't even let Arbed have it. Got a ball. Wasn't a long walk either.
It's fine. I think Abed can't complain at all about how this mid lane's.
No, it's like, no, there's attacks on this fly, all right? If you get one more kill, I'm okay that you picked up that bounty. But you can already see it. The X-Nova is waiting here at all times, has 2 points in the stomp to deter them. Oh, shovel on the other side now. Picked up by the Troll Warlord. And he's not as lucky as Fly. The crappy little
Done a
kobold.
lot lately, like getting the like-for-like matchups on both sides. I think we saw it with a Philosopher's Stone previously. There was a that had that kind of build. Again, with the stack-ups happening.
Oh, Arbed. But the Hex. But they can't get the next race. He'll move away in time. They get the Arcane Rune as well. I think that's like a false positive scenario, though. I don't think there's a correlation right now with the same items. It's just you remember it more, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
both teams got a Titan liver, for example. It's like, wow. So the huge advantage they have is now even. Or is it? Because this hero uses it better.
See
Arbed's
here,
back, by the way.
I got recalled in by the by Fly. I'm gonna try and get on this back line here.
Boy, oh boy, he says. Rubs his hands together, and he smells gold. We'll find FY, but he's hexed up the time being come through. He's one more hit. Stop, though. Nice save coming out. Crit is extremely low now. Trying to move in. Tom's going to count for the centaur. However, Troll does rotate in time to find the kill. However, Arbed does still get his original kill. Chen will TP away, but he leaves behind his poor little army. They scream, "Daddy, why have you forsaken us?" Nice make complete now on Fly, though.
They were able to get at least one of those stacks on SF at the time.
Has been killed.
What was that coming up for Troll? He goes Iron, right?
He already got it. I think.
Actually, no. No, that might have been the first blade, actually, because he's got 3.8k net worth.
Is under attack.
Abaddon? This is
Stop
not
the
the way
DK
you can
champ.
play Abaddon on this lane.
Dire's middle tower is
I
under
mean, let's have a look at RTZ's timings. He's got a couple of Wraith bands. He's having an okay time. Top of net worth. Struggling to think what stops the...
Oh, going down. Another stomp coming out from Nova. Ramses is still pretty fast, though, with the overwhelming odds in the phase boots. Arbed out of mana. Got the wand. Get up to the high ground in time. And you can just pop that shrine to get back up to full.
Plus just running forward into this shrine area. Be careful, there's 3 heroes on EG side.
It's bold, to say the least, Scott. But no toss because the illusions are working against him as a result, but it buys enough time to secure the outpost. Crit. Get out of here, he says.
Get out of my face.
Top, another fight going on. Stomp comes out on Arbed. Can they get a root? No, it's going to be stun control on just the troll instead, but now he gets the root after he's the battle trance. The duel coming out. This is not the duel you want, Ramses. What? All right, that's a win as well. He got the damage.
I mean, that's one way to come back into the game if you're LGD. Woof.
Questions will be asked right now. And it's a troll. You have to respect the damage he has. Somas in the bot lane being chased onto. Avalanche coming out, but there's no diffu. You don't have the slows to control him up. Somas chooses to turn around with the Requiem, though. Holds it. Doppelgang gets forced down. They're going to retreat. Flyer's here now. Does have the mech in case they get too low, but FY coming in with the Invis rune. Wants to try and punish them here. Charles is still pretty deep. The mech going to be used. Charles needs to retreat. Stun out into 2. Ball lightning, long range, going in deep on the Somas, but the Hex comes out. The Requiem charge up as well.
Here as well.
Now in trouble and dead. No escape. Will go down.
What costly deaths there for Abed. So what was a great laning stage for him, he's now 4th on the net worth.
And a Corey dead as well.
Has been killed.
I feel like this is what we see from Storms a lot, right? You get that confident start and you still don't... you kind of forget that your hero is still only level 8, right? It's not like you got level 2 ball lightning. It's not like you're at this stage where you assert dominance with Kaya. You're still incredibly vulnerable.
And it's not even the case of he had a great time. Yeah, he made some decent plays, but it was his supports rotating through that got those kills for him. Let's not mince words. Like, a lot of it was great work of Fly and Crit. So, feeling a little bit too confident, a little bit too cocky at this.
Now Arme coming down to the bot lane. Another kind of ridiculous thing is that you can actually capture outpost while smoked. Wonder when that's going to get changed.
Top tower is under attack.
It doesn't even like, this is a stupid part. It doesn't reveal you. I feel like that should maybe be the balance point. It should at least reveal you when you complete the action, but nope.
Oh, when you finish it.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Fly. File low. Press the attack to try and get him out, but the slows are going to be there. The creeps are working against him right now, but they will suddenly catch up with LGD. They will get this tower, however. Meanwhile, they get aggressive on the mid lane as well, forcing crit away from his tower. Will create a space that LGD need to secure this tier 1 in the bot. And EG just not ready to fight. Arbed, as we already mentioned, now behind PL. RTZ still doesn't have that diffusal blade yet.
Ramsey's creating as much space as he can. He's got 4 people chasing after him.
Death seems like a sure inevitability at this stage. That's exactly what will happen. The LGD overwhelm him. Space he'll save for his other cores, but what are they really doing with that space right now?
Yeah, still holding onto the Finger of Death as well, so he's only got the 0 actually charges into it. Realizing that, wow, such a long cooldown that he needs to make it worth wouldn't be a guaranteed kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, it would be nice to stack up the damage, but that's not the real reason you pick line in this game. It's all about that lockdown for the Storm more than anything else.
Yeah, or the PL if you're able to.
Definitely a harder deal though. Dallas will back away. Doesn't want to risk getting dueled.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And that's another courier.
Dire's structures
Hello, Arbed.
are fortified.
Bit deep. Doesn't have much mana left. Actually needs to get out right now. This is a little bit greedy. We'll make his escape with the TP just in time for the raise. No, maybe he doesn't go for it. I think he actually had rage there. I guess he was like, nah, Arbed plays Storm a lot. There's no way he mismathed this and is dead from this. He must be further away.
Now, I don't want to harp on about a previous point, but both teams got Royal Jelly as well. Maybe there's something to it. Ice Frog works in mysterious ways. Mid lane.
Arme doesn't work in mysterious ways. It's pretty straightforward. He just wants to take the mid tower and they'll turn around and find a kill on the Chen. Chalice moves forward with the Vortex time activate. He needs to back away before he becomes a dual target though. Stomp comes out onto the PL. RTZ will be protected by the press the attack, allowing him to move away. And they reinitiate in. Chalice is too far away already. A lot of damage from the overall nods. Herb split it through just to zone them away and ensure LGD get out without casualty.
Chasing though. The big thing in that fight was that Fly died and he still had 10 1 charges, a full mech, and Hand of God ready to be used. That could have gone a very, very different way for LGD. Not able to pick him off in such fashion.
Looks like Fly's maybe playing a little bit too far forward. He's got away with it up to this point, but now this should be where he calms down a bit and realizes I'm a clear target because I have all this sustain for the rest of my team. So I can't be first in and last out.
Easy Imclaw for him. Wonder if that'll go to...
I think PL.
To the PL, yeah. You combine it together with the Phantom.
I haven't tested, like, does it work on the illusions? I think they get the Imclaw hit, right? Each illusion. Nah, surely not. That'd be pretty busted. But it's good with the rush anyway. PT gets rushed in the river meanwhile. Babe, not too cocky this time. Has got the Kyra line. Still does not have the level 2 ball on it just yet. What we got on Somnus? It looks like it's drums into BKB coming out from the SF.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We're going to get active as quickly as possible. Realizes trolls the win condition. Just let him be greedy with his Maelstrom into Mjolnir. Create space. Take towers.
Let him use his own shovel as well. Get maximum use out of it. Complains about efficiency. It's only him to blame.
Hey, you know, he doesn't need any regen because he's got all these salves. Stacking them up.
They've got the net as well on FY here, so... Shout someone like Mail. Arbed. Through gameplay.
New Sumail.
New Mail.
Looks like there is a message coming in right now. They want to send it straight direct to LGD. The Earthquake through won't be good enough because they healed up. And now the turnaround, Arbed jumping in. Looking on FY. Fly moving away quick enough to top 4 though. Fly arrives and now he's in a bit of trouble. The Requiem forced him away. They still do get the kill on the line. And all of a sudden, LGD do not want to fight as they are man down. Troll has now arrived.
Fly's looking very confident. He's still got all those healing abilities up online, so they still want to keep pushing forward.
Heal straight well next Nova. Trying to burst through him quick enough. Can they do it? And they got to keep him up and healthy. And Ramsey's buys enough time to turn around the kill off the SF and the ET. And Arbed backs away in time. Arbed just being kited out in the meantime. Nelson pops once, but won't pop again. Battle Trance used just to get rid of the illusions and be able to maybe chase forward, but Arme's too slow. FY is arriving now, so they might be able to find a kill finally. The Fly's moving away just in time. It throws down the ward as well, giving the vision onto FY. Avalanche comes out to interrupt the formation again. Narved back in for a kill, gets onto the troll wall on Chalice. Just being ignored through this whole engagement might finally punish Arbed for this as he brings him down, but on the back line, FY will fall to Arteezy. All that just for the kill onto Arbed, and now you might lose more as Chalice is all alone here. Forward time is pop. He'll farm a creep. That's the best you can do. Because afterwards, you'll go into your grave.
TP straight back into his death does FY, and again, it's a great, phenomenal usage of all of their healing abilities when they're up online. You know, FY in a vulnerable position, but Fly realizing that, look, we can keep pushing forward. We've got the cooldowns for it. We've got the ultimates. Keep going, and we just saw the way that Ramses was able to get that overwhelming odds onto, I believe it was 3 people, dealing a chunk of damage in addition to the duel that came through. Really good execution coming through from EG.
You saw the temptation from FY as well. When he TP'd onto that outpost, Fly was in range for the finger, but he didn't want to commit the Earth Spike as well, was the problem.
It was still on cooldown though. Like, it had 100 seconds on its cooldown at the time.
Oh wait, who did he use? Who did he open up? Yeah, who did he open up on with that then when he TP'd? On the previous fight?
I think it was the Storm initially tried using it on.
Alright, so it didn't even work out at all. It's just weird that he tries to come back at that point. Like, yeah, it's a low cooldown until you run the fight. Yeah, you have loads of stuns, but I feel like once SF's gone, most of their damage is gone. So if Somnus dies, it feels like you just have to disengage and count your losses.
Rough for them so far. They are enjoying playing around this bottom side of the map. They had some great wards up previously when they were in near the hard camp closest to the tier 2 mid tower in the Radiant jungle. They had a nice deep ward there, especially because it allowed them to so easily contest this out bot side of the map. So now that that's not there, they don't have quite as much of a luxury, but they're making up for that by just all playing around this side, knowing that they're going to...
Yeah, stack up together, get rid of the tower quickly, get a little bit of control. The problem is, you saw the threat, right? They scanned because like, okay, if we're all showing bot on the side of LGD, then there's a risk that EG go into the pit. The good news is that PL isn't renowned for his rapid roche-taking capabilities.
Items coming out here on the Dire Couriers. Most importantly, it's the Mjolnir coming for the Troll Warlord, especially if he becomes the target of this PL or even Legion Commander. It's going to be a big turnaround to get all that damage coming through.
Is under attack.
I also like the fact that Ramses doesn't have any fuel damage, but it's not for the wrong reason. Like, he's just using it as a stun at the beginning of the fights, right? Like, it's nice if you get damage, but he's respecting the fact that this isn't a game where the Legion is going to carry you. It's a game where you've got a PL who's farming better than everyone else, and a Storm Spirit that has a lot of opportunities to pop up.
Pretty slow Roshan. I think LGD realized what's happening. Death by 1,000 cuts. Will it be enough?
For Roche, maybe. It's slow and steady, but that wins the race as they'll pick up the Aegis on Arbed. No place is too deep on the map now.
I feel like there's too many couriers dying these days. Like, they just let a PL illusion walk up to that courier and right-click it down.
I told you, you know, these cores, they don't know how to handle their own courier. They can't even let their supports do it anymore. I don't think even with shared unit control, I might be wrong, but I don't think, unless they fix it. I think like the first day or two, there was this weird bug where shared unit control didn't work. Couriers. I'm sure they fixed that now, though. So really, it's your support's fault. Just blame them.
Yeah.
Is that not the ultimate sinister move? Like, your X-Nova right now, I'm not going to risk my GPM to scout the pit. I'm going to risk yours.
Got nothing so far, so...
That's why he doesn't want to risk his.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Has he got something coming out? No, it's just more sentries. The poor life of a 5.
Yep.
Not so poor in comparison, though.
I want to see more... What do I want to see? I want to see phase.
What do you want?
There's a player in SEA called Grims that plays a fantastic Elder, and he builds that really brawly style. You know, he quick level 15 and eventually level 20. And with all that attack speed that comes at 20 and the Astral Spirit Hero attack, you end up doing about 500 damage a pop while also having all of the bonus armor that comes from having the different heroes hit by the Astral Spirit. And especially against a Chen, who might have a ton of creeps as well, that's just more stuff that you use to buff yourself up. I think it'd be pretty effective, but the way this game's going, it's 20 minutes, not even level 10, and EG just took the ages.
It's kind of one of the
pretty
big
daunting.
cruxes of the 5 ET though, right? Like if you get these phase boots, you need to follow through with extra items, I feel.
Yeah.
I could see on a 4 ET maybe, but most teams don't like the idea of 4 ET at the moment. He just turns into kind of an aura buff and a reset with the stomp more than anything. But I agree, like there is potential with this hero. I remember, must have been like 2-3 years ago when SCCC would run ET occasionally in the mid. Because this hero with XP does do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah. I wonder if Espire's timing is just waiting for this dagger, you know, trying to create a base for it. Got one Zord and a ton of sentry wards in the remaining jungle, but enough to be that he doesn't die. Got Arteezy positioned side of the map.
You have to keep in mind that EG has a huge advantage with where both teams are playing right now. Like, LGD are prioritizing taking control of their primary jungle, but there's good vision down at the moment that will spot them out. While all this dewarding that LGD done, this deward activity in the bot lane, no one is here utilizing it.
Yeah.
The carries are elsewhere. It's just wasted ground and wasted effort by X-Nova.
I think it was just making the best of a bad situation in that area when trying to take.
Yeah, but it's that kind of point that you've invested heavily here, right? And you're not showing too much elsewhere. It might be worth just sticking a carry here, treating it as a little bit of a recovery zone. Because right now you have to expect that EG is going to want to play around the pit. So unless LGD's big plan is to interrupt this Roche, I'm wondering what their combo would be. Like, you've got sleep. Maybe if you get a good Requiem, that could work. You do have the BKB now on SF, so he's pretty confident to fight. I'm just not sure your troll wants to fight yet.
G are pretty keen to fight.
We'll continue the game. Game of cat and mouse at the moment, though. LGD just trying to stretch the map. EG confident to walk wherever the damn well they choose. FY's been spot bot. Full lining in.
Oh man.
Oh no, just off the mark. They'll dive the tower though with the defusal. It's an easy kill. So much for that blink dagger. Goes a mile away.
Trying to get as much as he can. Throughout the map, Somnus keeps pushing in the top side. Maybe he's going to be able to take out this tier 1 if he can.
Crit.
Amen.
He missed the toss back. Arbed was just out of range. Wasn't willing to expend the mana to get closer.
Somnus
push him.
is scared.
Chalice thinks he can do this, but I would doubt it heavily. Borrowed time's going to be popped pretty early. And they might just turn and kill him afterwards because his teammates... Nice stomp. Slows down the aggression, but Arteezy quick to go back in. Did be thrown out, but has to back away. They just want the tower, and that's enough to force LGD back.
Got that first BKB charge that still's yet to be used, but
Dire's bottom tower.
want to do it in this situation. You've got enough for about a Requiem and 1 raise, and that's it.
Dire's bottom
He needs some sort of hard commitment, like some sort of lockdown, but right now FY is the only way that you do that, and he's so vulnerable. It's so easy for the PL to pick him off.
Got that extra range coming from his talent as well as the keen optic, but saying before, that blink dagger is the key item that they need. They don't have any catch right now.
It's just too much overlap, right? Like, you need to catch Chen, you want to catch Tiny, because that's a lot of AoE disruption in these choke points. And then critically, you want to slow down the PL from creating a mass army of illusions. It's just too many targets for FY alone.
Yeah, and speaking of many targets, you also got Fly with his little army coming through as well. Got the,
and he's always going to heal up. That's the other awkward thing, right? Like,
yep.
The creep army provides a lot, but also you need to kill the master. So who's going to join him is the real question, because the got this BKB on SF, but you know he's never going to use the 10-second unless they're fully committed in the fight. And your troll, yeah, he switched it up again. No BKBs, not the intention. He's going for the Satanic instead, even more greedy.
Even focused down. I think it has to be Fly that they try and catch here. thinking for LGD, if they do pick him off, he doesn't have buyback, but if you can get him down before he's able to use that Hand of God, before he gets to use the mech, before that Vladimir's offering really starts to pay dividends for EG, it's going to be a big difference maker.
But this is the power of a PL ahead at this early point in the game, right? Like, you do that, you will lose someone in response to this PL. Because you just don't have any good AoE lockdown. Yeah, you got the stomp, but it's choreographed, right? So you can just doppelganger out. Yeah, you've got a line, but we already mentioned you're probably going to want those stuns to stop the Chen from just spamming heals.
And we can just see where he's standing around as well. He is on his high ground, where they have vision. There is absolutely no way he's going to get caught out, except maybe now when Chalice walks.
Is he getting caught out, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just hit him twice. It's like, no. Bad. Get back. Just letting him know that he can do whatever he wants, and that's what Arbed's doing. The top lane going for a kill on FY with the assist of the crit. An easy cleanup. And FY again, they're just starving him out, ensuring this blink dagger's taken longer than expected. Meanwhile on the bot lane, Arme, he's forced to fight here, doesn't have a big enough one to get the battle trance out. He's doing a lot of damage in return, but no, Arteezy just about gets the kill. A little bit too close for comfort. Thank God he had that basher. Don't think Arteezy was expecting that kind of damage.
Tower is under attack.
Arbed's still hunting, by the way. Oh, he's going in. He wants that BKB. He's like, use it right now. No, someone's holding on. There it is. Has to come out in the end, but there's Hand of God to heal them up. X Nova doesn't get anyone to stomp, and Arbed makes his way out. Says, sayonara, sucker. Thanks for using your big power spike.
Yeah, Age is gone in 10 seconds, wisely realizing it. The thing I was chuckling about before is that they actually don't have to leave, because with all of these trusty shovel uses that Fly's getting, he had 5 healing salves and he just used 2 on RTC, so he doesn't even need to go back to base. He's fine.
It's more brutal than that. They just found a paladin sword as well.
Yeah.
You have your options. I think you give it to PL though. Actually, does Chen even want to share?
No.
Wait, who has it? Who's given it? It's on Legion now. Yeah, it's not bad.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And pop those heals. Jump in. Arme is fine though. Aphotic shield is immediately there. Things will calm down for a moment, but this is just EG making sure they're keeping LGD in check, because right now LGD, they need that little bit of extra gold off the map so they can be ready to fight around the next Roche.
They've got the Blink Dagger, luckily, up onto FY here, so they could have that quick pick-off that they need. Who are they going to catch out? It's looking most likely to be Ramses.
Hit him up. Avalanche slows him down, though. The stop follow-up should be enough to secure the kill to Ramses, even the finger straight away, to ensure he falls. Good attempt by Crit to save the day, though.
Yeah, 1 bonus damage now on, 50 bonus damage on FY, so slowly starting to build up at the 26-minute mark.
Took a while, but slow steady wins the race, and LGD, there's nothing slow about this push. How the glyph ensures it gets stopped, right, and checked out. And they have to go back, because Arteezy's in the bot lane pushed in as well.
Top lane's pushing in too. You've got a few Chen creeps just continuing to push things forward.
They'll waddle away before the SF can punish him for it. And they're just checking lane. They're making sure that LGD have to show multiple heroes, which means they're then free to maybe make a move as soon as Legion is up. And by the way, Tiny's going towards the Halberd next.
I really like this quickening charm being given over to the Chen as well. And so much more. Well, we actually passed it over, I think, to the Tiny. So all those little extra combos suddenly seconds quicker.
This would be the perfect person to catch the combo. FY stands his ground, won't die for it. Arbed is waiting. He wants some Bloodstone charges. Gonna move in. Toss control on the Arme straight away. And they've got stun follow-up. Dom comes out. Not good enough though. By press the attack will protect him. They get rid of the creep army quickly. Miles Golem will escape with the slice, but they're just trying to burn through the mana. If Arme loses all his mana here, he has got a big one this time, so it's not as bad as last. There's the shrine. Refuses to give it up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Chalice on the front lines, hoping that he's going to soak up a lot of this, but in the meantime, EG happy to just take that tier 2 tower.
Just in and out, in and out. It's always on LGD to find a hard lockdown, and PL is going to become more and more frustrating as the game goes on. And I believe he's got a new item coming out. He's got an axe.
Arcane rune.
Wait, is that the axe? Oh, sorry, it's Arbed's. The one for it. All right,
This
axe
is the
complete.
timing.
This is where you get the opportunity to shine. Quickening Charm, Arcane Rune as well. TL meanwhile has the Abyssal going straight in on the stop, and now there's a zip in. 4-man stun control out from the Spirit. BKB activated, so let's charge out that Requiem, trying to do damage, but dodged out by the Doppelganger. Will come back into fight in the back straight away. SF has to run away. They don't manage to won't be good enough. The duel comes down, he's dead. Chase on the back line, looking for more. Gonna get ET low, and he's gonna pull Bow Trance activated by Arme. Find up against the PL. The stun through is good, but the hand of God, the heals are decent. Arme, can he get the kill? Split it through. There's the control again with the Vortex. Arme, instant impact out of this axe. Arme staying alive, has his body shield. They're gonna pop it, kine him out. They don't want to directly fight, but they will be able to get him low. Axe once there again from Arme. Stun in response is good with the Earth Spike, and now they're gonna stand their ground, fight this out. They'll find the kill control and on the Expadden, and now it's clean up time. They'll find the kill next Nova. They'll chase forward. No mana left means FY gets away alive. That's a huge fight coming out. Enables EG to just go in and break the base. ET cannot buy back.
No buyback on him. They really don't want to use it on Arme either, but they're going to be forced to. Otherwise, they're going to lose their entire racks. They've got no way of pushing out this mid lane other than hopefully using the glyph, trying to clean up a few of these creeps, but all the damage is being prioritized onto the heroes at the start of it.
Lillian, I mean, you mentioned it. This is the time to fight. That is one of the bigger examples I've seen in a long time of Ags getting instant impact on the Storm Spirit.
Dire's middle
I wonder what you were waiting for. Wonder when Arbed was going to get his time to shine. He may have had his slip-ups early, but he delivers at a critical moment. Finally, EG is able to break the base. Now 15k net worth lead. And this is where you just run back, clean up a shrine, and go give a visit to Mr. Roshan.
They've got another Roshan. They got both of the outposts. They're going to get all of the bounty runes. This is really bad for LGD.
I mean, he might not be wearing his Santa hat, but Roshan is definitely a gift early for Christmas for EG.
Where is that hat?
You know, Reddit brought it up. I thought it'd be done within 48 hours, but it's still not in.
Buffing up his Ags Electric Vortex even further here on Arbed. Now an extra half seconds, 3.1 seconds. Essentially a mini black hole on a 14-second cooldown.
And we already saw the impact it has with the lower duration. Now it's gonna get more rough. He's even going to Lincoln's next because he realizes, okay, the only reason that was a little bit close, a little bit sway, is because of FY.
Yeah. He got a many multi-hero stuns on. I think Nova did relatively well as well with the stops, but I think it's going to be a bridge too far once this Roshan ends up going.
Gets some cheats. EG will happily oblige Roshan on his wish of death. And it looks like LGD are going to be way too late to move across here. There it is. Aegis picked up in the hands of Arbed again. And this time there's a cheese on the PL. And this is an active PL. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. They're already jumping. They're already getting active. Crit didn't get the toss back. Chalice does escape.
Creeps are doing their job in the top lane as well. This siege creep's going to take out this tier 2 tower. So now, no way of protecting against any sort of attack onto the high ground.
Yeah, they've already dealt with the mid wave as well, so EG will have that pushing in their favor as well. They can sync that up to maybe chip away at the tower. Darties will look at the front line. With that catapult, they can do a lot of damage. Dumping, crit, finds the target, tosses him back straight away. Next Nova's gone. Or is he? Nice stun coming out. We'll keep it alive. FY saves the David again. Now PL to get silenced up. Nope, Doppelganger's just out of time to get out. And the interruption from Arbed ensures they have to use the BKB. And all of a sudden, Somnus is in a lot of trouble. Yes, you have this Daedalus, but now you have no protection.
FY is in protection, basically.
And he's delivered so far the best he could. It's going to be enough, though. Chalice, he's another full protection. Can't afford to go down. Borrowed time's going to be used. They can just reset. Look to go again. Full lining in. Now there's the control of the Vortex. Arbed on point. Dodges out the use of the Requiem as well. And the Earth Splitter. LGD, they've thrown everything at this. And they've got nothing out of it.
Got the Battle Trance and the Finger of Death. And that is about it. Nothing at all stopping EG from pressing into this high ground, taking this lane of racks. See how deep they're playing with these illusions, just creating time and space.
There'll be a giant space in LGD's base where the racks used to be at this rate. They need some way to hold right now. They need a perfect setup, but no Requiem for 70 seconds. No Earth Splitter for 70. At least the Batten can start frontline and getting a moment as he has got the borrowed time coming on cooldown in 10 seconds. We'll just take this slow. There's no rush. This is the power of the PL at this stage. He just starts to take over the game in his own right. And straight into a bad. burn all that mana once more. They know he has the borrowed time, but they don't care. Nice stop.
Only on to him as well.
Crit. Jump in. There's the active effect again. Arbeck control him up. Pulls out the borrowed time already. Now they'll reset. Charles, he shouldn't be this far forward anymore. He could be caught. Stop. This is so awkward. It's not the fastest siege. It may not be clean, maybe a little bit dirty, but if it gets the job done, EG will tip their hand and say, yes, please.
This bot side of the map just pushing in. Just been like, oh, we'll try and do our best, LGD. No, Abed just walks back, says, oh, some free farm, nice.
Still 2 minutes with an Aegis as well.
Gives him plenty of time to push up.
Zip. My thrift.
Instead, he sees an arcane rune.
Kids. There's no killing this man.
So there's no killing this man. There's no killing a certain other illusion-based guy. Who else are we looking at here? Legion, you don't want everyone to touch because he has Blade Mail and Lotus Orb as well as Pipe. Like, you kind of feel like you need to kill him, but the Blade Mail is just... It's like a Hedgehog's defense, right? It's like, please don't stand on me. All right? You'll get quills on you. You don't want to.
I really don't feel like Ramses has been playing on the front line anyway. It's been Abed doing it the majority of the time.
This is the point, right? Like, Abaddon and Legion, they were popular because they had these dispels, and worst case scenario, they became a very powerful support if they didn't have their impact as a core.
Yeah. Doing a great job with it.
And that's the thing, like, I always felt like Legion, I always said, I think it was slightly better than Abaddon because its early game presence, if it had a good lane, it could become a core. It doesn't just forfeit being this support, whereas Abaddon in competitive play, about 95% of the games, it always ends up being a support. Eventually, from the free roll.
I feel like you're able to trade as a core league relative to an Abaddon. Abaddon's still very good.
Alright, full line in. CNFY, trying to get through him, but he's going to be protected. They use the Aphotic Shield finally to allow him to run away, but Lucian's almost killing him off. And that's just space. The will away at the tower again. Full Arteezy. They want these mega creeps. They refuse to leave before they get them. Full lining in. The big play with the Vortex coming out, but no follow-up. Creating that space again. He's being careful because this Aegis is going to expend itself. 30 seconds. And you get some value out of it before it expires. I'd say you got plenty of value already, but you want to force a hard commitment.
And the quickening charm. So 9.7 second cooldown on a 3.5 second stun.
There's again, Avalanche does follow up this time, not force out the BKBs. LGD realized if they accidentally pop that on the SF, it could just be game over there. There it is again, Vortex. They just want the racks. They say there's no hard commitment required here. And the duel's going to be there on the Ivana as well. Tomorrow time runs down. No, he can get a red clip. The Abyssal jumping from PL is going to force him away. The Vortex again doesn't connect on the Summoners. The Rector is going to come out. Hit onto Arbed though. He's free to do what he wants. Hand of God. Leaving Commander in a little bit of trouble, but you are losing heroes on the side. Summoners getting low. Chris going in, trying to sell him out. And the assistance of Arteezy's there. Gets the kill. ET's dead as well. Buyback comes up Legion and will come out from Summoners. But once again, Arbed with this Vortex control and during Abaddon should be going down next. He's almost down. They're like barely. The toss forward, the final hit's going to be there, and he's dead. Buyback will be used.
Yeah, creeps
They just need to buy time for the creeps to finish what they started, and with a Vortex, it should be enough. The glyph to buy some time won't be good enough, as Troll will go down. The buyback's going to come out, but this hard TCPL is almost crashing the game, and as a result, they win the game as EG clean sweep LGD.
And I wish there was like a thing in the post game where it shows how much time